Okay, so we are making, they're called galaxy watercolor painting, so it's supposed to look like the stars. I'm going to go over how to use the watercolor very briefly, and then you guys are going to follow every step that I do. So let me finish the step first, and then once I finish, you guys can do it on your own. So the first step is you're going to take your bigger brush, you're going to get water on it, and then you're going to do a thin layer of water over the dry paper with nothing on it. Yeah, your bigger brush. You're going to do it all across the surface. It doesn't have to be soaking wet, it just has to be a thin layer.
It has to cover like the whole paper? Though?
Yeah, the whole paper. Okay, once you're done, you're going to first take your blue, put a little bit of water in your blue color. So I just took the water and I put it in the blue color. And then I'm going to, the dark blue. And I'm going to dab it around. I'm just putting like little dots of blue. And because I wet my paper first, it's spreading. So it's normal for it to spread. That's good. So you're just taking your blue again, dabbing it around.
Anywhere?
Yeah, you can do it in the center too. Don't cover the entire surface because we're going to put purple over too. So leave some space for the purple. So if you want to look up at mine to see how I did it, it doesn't have to be exactly like mine, but it should look kind of similar. Make sure you're using enough water.
How does mine look? Is it need more?
That looks good. Use a little bit more water.
More water with it?
Yeah, because the salt works better if it has more water. So the salt's going to be at the end. So now we're going to take the purple. We're going to put water in our purple. We're going to do the same thing. It's okay if the blue and purple blend together.
So now put purple.
Yeah, so now we're going over with purple. You can use a little bit more water.
Oh, mine's kind of spilling. Yeah, just dab it in water.
If there are some spaces that have white showing, that's okay. It doesn't have to be completely covered, but it should mostly be covered. The last thing we're going to do, just like if you were using like a filter on Snapchat, remember, you know the one that like darkens around all the edges?
Mm-hmm.
What's it called again? I can't think of it. Can't think of what it's called.
It's like a vignette.
Yes, vignette. So you're going to take your black and you're going to make a vignette around all the sides. So I'm just going to take my black paint and darken all the sides, but I'm leaving my middle color. Don't go too far in. You can use more water if you need to.
So darken.
Yeah, like a vignette. So like when you are using Instagram and you want the middle to be light and the edges to be dark.
On the whole thing?
Yeah. So it should make it look like the center is the lightest part.
Okay.
The salt part is my favorite. It works best if you have water on the paper because then you can really see. If you want to go back in with some blue, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to get my blue.
Yeah, I don't think like my thing's even out as well as it should.
You could also put a little bit more purple.
I think mine looks great.
Good job, Billy. I'm glad you're being positive.
Keep it. No, really.
I'm also being positive back. Okay, now this is the fun part. You're gonna take a pinch of salt when you're ready, and you're gonna go over all of your
Not that part yet.
paint. If you're not ready, that's okay. You wait till you're ready. And just kind of spread it like you're making a dish of pasta, like when you sprinkle it in the water.
My salt bit. All over.
All over, yep. But sprinkle it, so don't just like pour it all in the same spot.
Yeah, I'm making a pretty big mess over here. I'm making a huge mess. Yeah, I'll clean this up.
Art is pretty messy.
Yeah, I'm also just not that good at this. I'm trying so.
So it's supposed to separate. I don't see a lot of separating going on.
I don't see any. TBH.
Let's let it cool a little. Or not cool, dry.
So now, Scooter, I sprinkled the salt.
Because I started blowing on it and then
Scooter,
I thought
sprinkled
of
the
cool.
salt now.
Yeah, sprinkle the salt and see if yours does any separating.
All over it.
Yeah. Well, that's weird.
Well, when I did it, like, it was a long time ago. But
Yeah.
like, you wait until it dries, and then you wipe off all the salt.
And
And where the salt is where like the white part is, because the salt.
So
comes
did
with
you
all
put
the paint.
salt first? No,
No.
after.
It's just like, you know that future album?
Let me see.
DS2.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah, I'm seeing mine turn white now.
Yeah, so's mine.
It just takes a little bit of
And
time.
like the salt's turning different colors.
Yeah, and then when the salt dries, when the paper dries, not the salt. When the paper dries, we'll wipe the salt off. But I'm gonna go ahead and pretend like mine's dry because I want to show you guys what the second step is. So if you guys can just watch on the screen, and then when yours dries, you can go ahead and do that. The second step you need a clean brush for. I recommend for this part you use a flat brush. So flat just means that it's shaped like a square. I'm trying to see if you guys can see it. And you want it to be kind of firm. So what we're going to be doing is splattering. Or I'm going to show you two different ways to splatter. So one, you need two paintbrushes. One, you just need one paintbrush in your finger. But your finger's going to get a little messy, but that's okay. So just make sure that your brush is clean because we're going to be mixing it with white. I'm actually going to change my water out because it got really dark.
So I should change mine.
Yeah, so change your water to black.
So let me know.
Does that look good? Let's see. Very nice. Now put your salt on. Scott, you could use some more salt.
And I'm just gonna
Oh, I could?
Yeah, you could put more. You can put it all over.
You just went around the outside edge of the product.
Yeah, like a vignette. So the salt takes a little bit of time to make those changes. It's not going to happen instantly, but mine's starting to look pretty cool if you look close.
More salt?
Yes.
Okay. My bad.
No problem. You can watch the next step. So the next step, if I were you guys, I would wait for your paper to dry until you do the next step. But I want to show you because I'm making the video. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to fill one of my sides of my palette with water, and then I'm going to put some white paint. You want it to be really thin white paint so that when you splatter it, it actually moves. Okay, then you're going to take your flat brush, you're going to pull it back with your finger, and you're just going to let it splatter onto the paper. So those are going to be the stars. So that's one way you can do it. The second way you can do it, you do the same thing. You get your paint, you mix it with water. If you don't want to use your finger, because some people are kind of finicky, I always have paint all over my hands, so I don't really care.
I'm just gonna do that way.
So you take the brush, you put it with water and a little bit of paint, or mostly paint and a little bit of water. Ah! It just went in my eye.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, is it all over my
it's
face?
all over your face.
Okay, so be careful. Maybe lay some paper down. So all I did was I hit my top brush
Oh, Miss Cooker, I forgot
with
to
the
let
bottom
it
brush.
dry.
That's okay. I didn't let mine dry either. We can make multiple of these. I know, I didn't mean to scream like a little baby. It scared me a little.
There we go. Mine looks like. No, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
I didn't do it.
I didn't.
Look at mine. Mine looks so good.
Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my black and I'm gonna make it go over my vignette again because I don't want the corners.
Yours looks so
Why
much
isn't mine
better.
splatting when I do that?
Make sure you have enough water on your paint.
No, I'm doing this.
You can take away some of the stars if you didn't want as many. The black? I'm randomly doing it, yeah. There's no set way you want it to look. Unless you guys want to look up some paintings of galaxies.
Yeah, it's a long.
You just splatter. Do you want to do it with your finger or do you want to do it the other way?
What's the other way? This?
Yeah, you like to
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, hard.
No, I think you flick it. No, like the other way. Like that. No, like the other way.
All right.
Can we wait
for it to dry?
Yes, wait for it to dry if you'd like.
Choose
I'm gonna
the-
hold this
choose
up so you guys can get a better look of what it looks like. The salt kind of has done its effect, but I'm gonna let it dry a little bit more and then I'm gonna rub it off. When you're done, you guys can put them in the drying rack. I'm gonna walk around and help you guys, and then I will
Wash your
ask. Yeah, definitely wash my face off. All right, thanks. Good luck.